Hi, this is Leo A. Belt, Senior of LeosPlace.us. Today I'd like to talk about the weather, hurricanes, and stuff like that. It's been pretty freaky. In fact, it's gone totally haywire around this country. And you know, some of this stuff was prophesied in the Bible. As much as people don't want to pick that book up anymore, don't want to believe it, you ought to read Revelations. It talks about all kinds of different things that are happening right now in there. It describes them almost in detail. Doesn't say how or when they're going to happen. It just says they're starting to happen. They're going to happen. And a lot of them are happening now. These major hurricanes that are wiping out Gulf Coast cities and stuff like that. 9/11, I don't know if it was predicted in detail, but events like this, earthquakes that are happening here and there all the time in California and everywhere else, a lot of this stuff was predicted. People really need to turn their lives over to God, give their hearts to Jesus. That's all I have to say about that. But yeah, getting on the weather again. The weather was pretty crazy. Hurricane Isaac down in the Gulf Coast from Florida especially, it really hit New Orleans pretty bad. Or not New Orleans, but Sidell, Louisiana, pretty bad. I think it even killed some people. They need support down there. They need all the help they can get. In fact, really, this whole nation needs all the help it can get with the weather, with the droughts, and everything else. We had some pretty extremely hot weather here up where I live in Kenosha, Wisconsin, about 2 months ago. In July, the temperature for about 3 or 4 days, a couple days of it, rose up over 100 and something. It was pretty bad. We survived it, but it did a lot of damage towards the crops with no rain for so many days. And I'm sure other parts of the country got hit by it too, the drought. In fact, it did. It was all over the place. Like I said, the weather's going haywire and people need to wake up. People need to get back to a moral style life. Get back into the Bible. Start asking God to turn His wrath away from us, because it's going to get worse before it gets better if people don't open their eyes and open their hearts. And stop worrying about money and worrying about the newest cars and the newest computers and all these devices that are out there. They're just things. They're only material things. Yeah, I have a big screen TV myself, but I don't live for it. It's for enjoyment. But I tell you, the honest to God's truth, I'm not a materialistic person. I do not put anything before my God or Jesus today. Not anything. You know, I learned that through almost losing my family about a year or so ago. And now I'm back to my knees. And I encourage everyone today to get to their knees and to ask God to turn His wrath away from this country, the United States of America, which is still the greatest country in the world as far as freedom. But if things keep on going, we're eventually gonna not have the freedom that's so precious to us today. So open your hearts up. And yes, this was not just about the weather, but the weather was the beginning subject of what I've been really talking about. Open your hearts up today. Ask Jesus to come in and give your heart back to Jesus and your soul back to God. I think you'll find a much more peaceful, tranquil life. Thank you. God bless America, and God bless the USA.